I'm glad to be sending this short reflection today, 25th of April, because today is St. Mark's Day. St. Mark is one of my favourite saints. I started my ordained ministry in the parish of St. Mark's, North End, in September 1959. I became part of a team of 6 clergy and 2 nuns serving the 3 churches of the parish. It was a time of great optimism. Britain was at last recovering from the Second World War. As clergy, we worked pretty hard, but I also had a lot of fun with the team. As a new boy, it was my sincere hope that I'd serve God as a priest right to the end of my life. I've just mentioned 2 words, optimism and hope. The optimism, which was widespread in Britain in the late 1950s, and my hope to live a long life serving God. Optimism and hope are, of course, totally different things. Optimism means faith in humankind, in the human potential. Hope means faith in God and in his omnipotence. But people often use the word hope loosely. I hope one day I'll win the lottery, people say. Or, I hope Pompey will go up into the championship next season. It isn't that sort of hope that I ask you to reflect on today. It's the hope that we sing about when we sing the hymn, All My Hope on God is Founded. What do you think that hope really means? If it doesn't seem too gloomy, I think it's very well described in the words of a funeral service when the priest commits the deceased person to God in sure and certain hope of the resurrection to eternal life. That hope isn't just wishful thinking. It's at the very heart of our faith. St. Paul says that it's one of the things, the 3 things, which abide, the 3 things that are indestructible. That is faith, hope, and love. The letter to the Hebrews describes hope as the anchor of the soul. And St. Peter wrote, God has given us new birth into a living hope through the resurrection of Jesus. In our sermons, in confirmation classes, in discussion groups and so on, we clergy talk endlessly about faith and also about love. But when did you last hear a sermon about hope? Somehow it's as though we take it all for granted. It doesn't need to be mentioned. And yet, this sublime gift from God, which we receive at our baptism, is the one that sees us through times like we're going on through in the present. We all hope, of course, that we'll soon be able to return to normal social and working life. But whatever happens, even if some of us or our loved ones become ill with the virus, or even if some of us die, we have a different sort of hope. A conviction that we are ultimately destined for joy and wonder in the nearer presence of our living Lord. In 1963, the year Angela and I first met, Jerry and the Searchers came out with that now famous song, You'll Never Walk Alone. That song was later borrowed by Liverpool FC for many years. But it's now been given new life for the whole nation by the amazing Captain Moore, whose version of it, sung along with Michael Ball, looks very much like topping the charts. That song reminds us to walk on with hope in our hearts. It's St. Mark's Day today. The traditional symbol of St. Mark is a lion. So today, on St. Mark's Day, I pray that we may all be lion-hearted as we walk with the risen Jesus. Walk on with Christ in your heart, and you'll never walk alone.